Hey guys, welcome to Offshoot Comments Off Topic. We're your host, Kirby Kid.
And I'm Hewitt.
He's just some guy I found on the street. This is our Star Wars Dark Side review. Now, what that means is you saw that we launched our review earlier today, the hour-long video. And towards the end of that video, me, Black Superman, and Age of Astron kind of had a difference of opinion. I looked at the movie without the hype goggles. Their hype goggles were super glued to their face. But my friend here, Hewitt, thinks a little bit more like me and wants to get his feelings out there, and we're going to talk about it. So this is the not as positive Star Wars review. So what were your major gripes with the movie?
Well, before I even start, one thing everyone should know is I have not watched any trailers. I stayed away from every spoiler possible. I wanted a fresh view on this movie going in.
You were strong, sir.
Oh yeah, you have no idea how hard this was. This was since November. That was the day I swore off trailers.
Ooh.
Now the biggest problem with this movie, and this movie was good. I'm gonna say it right now. It's a good movie, but it was just A New Hope. They rehashed all of the plot points of A New Hope. A droid having vital information, someone on a desert planet who was stranded there by someone, getting that droid, meeting someone, going off the planet on the Millennium Falcon, joining Han Solo, and going to a bar, by the way, with Han Solo, with the music and everything, and then the whole Starkiller base, which when I first saw it, I was like, "Whoa, this is pretty cool." They just shot 5 lasers and blew up 5 planets. And then, wait a minute, this is just the Death Star.
Right, it's just a Han's Death Star, right?
Yeah, it's just larger Death Star. They even in the movie they said, "Here's the Death Star. Here's Starkiller Base."
Right.
Like, and it even had an exhaust point that they all went in to bomb.
Like one weak point. You would think, at a certain point, you would just stop making weak points. Just stop it.
Oh yeah.
You knew it was weak. Just don't put like a cardboard over it so they can't see it. You know something.
Well, I mean, it makes sense in the engineering point of view. There needs to be an exhaust port for somehow sucking in the sun. That's just science I'm not even gonna touch.
Right. How do you? What kind of metal are you using that's not just being immediately destroyed by a sun like 5 feet away?
And then to top it off, how do you survive after that sun's gone?
Thank you. Okay, I brought this up in our video. One, how do you survive being that close to a sun, but also when it exploded and the sun came back, how did anyone anywhere close to being nearby live? Because that should have made some sort of black hole or some sort of explosion or something.
Yeah.
And it was just not addressed at all.
You
can't absorb a sun and then the thing containing it explode and no, it's back to normal. It's cool. We're all good. We're good, guys.
They played it safe.
Very safe.
So safe. This is simple. Like, I could have just watched New Hope again, you know? And
you wouldn't have seen the new X-Wing fighter, though.
Oh, yeah, and I wouldn't have seen
Poe Dameron, who's magic.
Crap.
Poe Dameron is magic. Not the Force. Magic.
Poe Dameron is my favorite character. I bought an Infinity figure, and I don't even have Disney Infinity. So that's one part.
Right.
Another problem with the movie, and this is just an opinion here. This is just my opinion. The movie didn't feel like a Star Wars movie.
You know what? I was thinking that, but I didn't know how to put it into words.
It was hard because I was watching it, and the first scene, it opens up with the Star Destroyer and the U-boats, that's what I'm gonna call them, fly out, and it flashes in the reveal of the Stormtrooper.
Right.
Well, that's cool, but that doesn't feel like a Star Wars opening. Just the whole movie was fast-paced. It was action, action, action. There was no time to breathe, sit down.
Right.
A good example is when Rey and Finn escape from Jakku.
Right.
And then immediately they're captured by Han. And then as soon as that happens, boom, smugglers, criminals show up and get upset. And then the monsters get released. It was all consecutive. To compare it to A New Hope, after Han, Luke, Obi-Wan, and Chewbacca leave Mos Eisley, escape the TIE fighters, and hyperdrive out of there,
right.
They had time to sit down. Luke was training.
Oh yeah, that little ball thing that would shoot at him. Yeah, in the chess game, or
Yeah, and C-3PO R2 playing chess with Chewie, And then Han talking about how the Force is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
That's right. We did not have him. I think the closest we came to was when he was like, "It's true."
Yeah,
all of it. That was probably as close as we came to having cool down.
Yeah, that's the closest we ever got to that nice cool down, just catch our breath kind of thing.
Right.
But immediately it's just thrown into the action, which isn't a bad thing, because that's how modern movies are now.
Right.
But, it's still missing that core characters.
Right.
The center of the story, not the action.
Now, speaking of characters, what did you think about Rey?
I was excited for Rey. Hands down, I was excited. Finally, a cool female character.
Right.
And then when they first introduced her, she was interesting. Oh, she's a scavenger. She's
right.
Jakku. When Finn sees her beat up the dudes because, I don't need no help.
Right.
That was cool.
That was when he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was cool. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
then he keeps grabbing her hand. She's like, stop it. And then finally she pulls him up and they escape.
Right.
That was cool. I was all hyped. I was like, yes, this is it. This is a cool character. And then she jumps into the Millennium Falcon and starts pulling off these maneuvers. I'm like, whoa, maybe she's like a trained pilot too.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Like, whoa, that's awesome. And then she steps out after the fight. And then I'm like, yeah, that was awesome. Woo! I'm like, oh, yes, cool. She's going to say when she's always done this. Oh, this is my first time. Wait, what? This was your first time flying a freighter against 2 trained TIE fighter pilots. And then you went through the Star Destroyer, no problem, and pulled off that crazy maneuver.
It's kind of a Mary Sue kind of thing. If J.J. Abrams had showed her learning things like Luke did kind of slowly, then people out there, and you know who you are, would have said, she's not being given the proper level of strength. Like, there would have been something, they would have found something wrong. So I guess in order to avoid that, they decided, screw it. She's perfect at everything.
I mean, yeah, I wrote off that Millennium Falcon scene. I was totally fine. I'm like, okay, maybe she's just, good at it.
Right.
Whatever. At first, she struggled to launch. But then when she gets captured by Kylo Ren, and she all of a sudden used a very specific technique, which in the Star Wars universe is set up as like a Master Jedi needs to know how to do this. The mind control. You will release my shackles and open the door. Leave the door open. She tried it 3 times and it worked without a hit, like without a problem. It's just, I was just like, whoa. Yeah. At that point, I'm no longer scared for her life.
Right. I mean, like for me, the way I tried to rationalize it in the moment, because I wanted just so much for this movie to be perfect, was that when Kylo used the Force to peer into her head, that maybe it jump-started whatever she had and she looked back into his head. But I still find it very unbelievable, because she did things in this movie that took Luke and Anakin, who was the chosen one, much longer to do.
I mean, even more so, Anakin was birthed by the Force itself. Shimmy in episode 1 says there is no father. He was born.
Right. The Force willed it.
Yeah. So if someone like him, who in the episode 1 flew on a little, I forgot what the Naboo Starfighter is. I'm a terrible Star Wars nerd.
Is it that yellow weird thing? The T-looking ship thing? Oh, I hate that thing, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it was on autopilot throughout the whole fight. And he luckily got out of there.
Right. And he learned gradually how to be a good pilot.
Exactly.
I mean, shoot, Leia has been actively in the Force, like, not like, obviously she didn't learn any Force moves because the books are gone, but known about the Force for 30 years. And she has no abilities. So you're telling me someone who's been in the Force for 30 years has less ability? I mean, you think you would just pick up things randomly? Has less ability than someone who just picked it up 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, exactly. And then Carrie Fisher was a great character. I love Leia. It's kind of sad to see her voice. You can tell the drugs that she's partaken in.
Yeah.
It really messed up her voice. She's just... But she was a great character in this movie, too. I just wish there was more of her. Yeah. And then when Rey shows up on the Resistance planet, it was just... She goes to hug her after Han's death. And I was like, wait, why isn't she hugging Chewie?
Right?
This is the first time she's ever seen this girl. At least what we know.
What we know, yeah. Now, here's another argument we had on our first review. I thought it was wasted potential and a step backwards for Leia to not know any Force moves. Now, the other 2 people on my show said that it made sense because she was a general and didn't have time. But my argument was, when you have people who you're going up against who can stop light with their minds,
Yeah.
as someone who is one of the last few Force users left, it is your responsibility to be able to know some stuff, to be able to at least fight back, or at the very least, if Luke is to fall or disappear for 20 years, you could then continue it.
Yeah. I think she did train a bit in the Force. You can tell in the scene when Han was killed.
Yeah.
She stopped and sat down.
That was so final, though, when he died.
It was final.
But you know what, though? Comic book logic, I didn't see his body.
I
didn't see.
You didn't see his body, but the planet blew up.
No. It's fine. It's fine. Like Muflaga, who exploded.
No, I don't consider Destiny canon.
Right, it's not canon. It's fan fiction. It's very expensive fan fiction.
And let's get into the problem with Kylo Ren. Great character and the best introduction I've seen for a Dark Jedi.
Dude, okay, look. I'd always wanted to know if a Force user could stop light like that.
There's your answer.
And he did. And not only did he stop it, the man kept it in its. It didn't dissipate.
Yeah.
He just said, "No, stay there," and he held his hand up and then walked away. I was like, "Huh."
The best part of that scene was him just like after everything was done, after everyone finished firing, he just walked away, sauntered off, and then boom.
Yeah, it was like, oh,
like whoa. This is gonna be an awesome character, and then when he threw his tantrum, cutting up things, and then pulled the dude,
right? And then I loved when the two stormtroopers came into the room and when he was freaking out. They're like, nope.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then he kneeled in front of Darth Vader's helmet, and I'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But that conversation of the light side's still coming at me. I don't want to be tempted by the light side. It started becoming like, okay, now you're just a whiny teenager,
which is kind of the Skywalker tradition.
tradition. Well, yeah.
I have so much power. I hate this guy.
And then when he finally takes off his mask, he becomes more emotional as the movie goes on.
Which I think why he had the mask on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As soon as that mask came off, he became a child as the story progressed. Even towards the end, he was just crying after killing his father.
Right.
Which makes sense, killed his dad. But it would have been so much better in that fight between Finn and Rey, where he was basically, and this is I took this kind of from a writer I was watching on YouTube. His name's Max Landis. He mentioned it would have been so much better if Kylo Ren was basically toying with them, like beating them up, toying with them, and going, "Kill me, come on, get up." But he's doing it in this way of saying like, "Actually kill me. I just killed my dad. Do it. Come on."
It didn't make sense that for someone who's mastered the Force as much as he has, to do something that we've never seen before. We've never seen someone stop a beam of light with their hands, as far as movies go.
We've never seen someone stop people in their tracks with just a wave of his hand.
And then put the hand down and walk away. We've never seen that. So it didn't make sense that he lost to them in Force or in combat. For sure, Finn shouldn't have been able to even land a hit.
Yeah.
Unless he ends up being Force sensitive and has some sort of magic power later on we don't know about. But for right now, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense for... Well, someone will say, oh, he got hit by Chewie's blaster. But there's been so many times when he's been shot at and he doesn't even see the shot getting to him. He would stop it.
Right.
In the beginning, they showed it. He was shot at by Poe and he stops it.
Yeah, because he can sense you're doing it.
He sensed it.
Right.
So,
and,
yeah. I don't know.
And they'll say that he was emotionally distraught and in pain, but it's like, look, when you're afraid, when you're sad, when you're in pain, these are all things that make the dark side stronger. All your negative. So he should have been at his most uncontrolled, but also his most powerful at that moment. And I didn't like the fact that Rey was able to pull the lightsaber out of his grip. That just did not make sense.
They were trying to make an homage to the Empire Strikes Back with Luke reaching for the lightsaber in the Wampa Cave, but it didn't feel right because even Luke had trouble in the beginning.
Right.
And someone else who obviously is strong in the Force.
Right.
Ben is obviously strong with the Force.
Right.
How can she pull it? Now, I have a feeling that in the next movie we're going to find out her origin, why she's so powerful in the Force. Maybe she's Anakin reincarnated.
Oh God, no! Let's not do that.
Maybe
she'll be Darth Vader again.
Yeah, maybe she's Luke's and someone else's daughter.
Right,
and that'd be the reason she's so force powerful.
Right. Well, I mean, being force powerful wasn't the problem for me. The problem for me was her immediate mastery.
Yes.
Now I saw one theory on Reddit, which is super reliable, that she may not be learning the force, but she may be remembering it. That when she touched that lightsaber, that maybe she had been trained before, but was sent away by Luke to protect her, and he maybe wiped her mind or something.
The problem with that theory is she was 8 or around 8, 7.
Right.
She was young when she was left on Jakku.
Right.
They showed the flashback, so I mean,
don't they start the training as early as 6 and 5?
Yeah,
or so,
but
or?
Even younglings aren't that good.
All right.
Like if younglings
Unless
were,
Anakin.
if younglings were as good as she was, Anakin would have died.
Yeah, I'm okay with her being good in combat because she's had to do that to survive.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of a lightsaber combat thing, it would have made more sense. I mean, if they were going to go with her being super force powerful or whatever, what would have made more sense if she beat him based on just force grounds, like get away from me, like pushing and stuff. But she beat him in every technique he had. And she displayed every force power we've ever seen on screen with the exception of the force push and force lightning. Mm-hmm. She did everything. And she came up with a new one. The premonition thing when she touched the lightsaber.
Well, premonition's always been a force thing.
But have you ever seen that in the movie, though?
Anakin.
Anakin did that?
Anakin did force premonition. He saw Padme die.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. Oh, wait. Was she seeing a premonition, or was it a memory? That looked like maybe the memory, right? Because it was past stuff, or was it? Well, actually, no, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. It could be future too.
It was past stuff because you saw the Knights of Ren, and you saw Luke and R2 escaping, basically.
Right. So it's like a forced memory.
It's
thing.
like a force, it's the force telling her something. It's
right.
a vision in a sense.
But she experienced almost every ability that we've ever seen on screen.
Yeah.
And I know my fellow reviewers, Walter and Ashton didn't like my opinion on that, but it just felt like she was a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
That they just wrote her to be able to do everything and do anything.
And that's what's disappointing. I mean, this year we've had a good example of strong female characters.
Right.
Mad Max Furiosa.
Right.
That is the perfect example. It's someone who we see is respected in a group of men, a male-dominated society, by the way. She's leading a tanker truck to Fuel City, escapes, fights, even almost subdues Max.
Right.
They join forces and they kick butt, but they still have trouble. She gets stabbed. Max is, down and out sometimes.
Right.
She barely makes it at the end. They're all limping, bleeding, but it's believable because we saw she was respected. She has abilities, but she still has a chance of dying.
Yeah,
like
it was
else.
realistic. For example, it wasn't a perfect movie, but in the Hunger Games, Katniss being able to do what she does makes sense because she grew up with the bow and arrow. That's how she got her food.
Right.
I didn't like the fact that Snow just didn't kill her after the first Hunger Games. That would have been politically smart, but whatever. But she had a reason why she was somewhat important because she had the balls to go. You know what, on TV? You know what? Screw you and your life. But there's been a wave of these in these movies now where they rush to make a female the main character, but they're doing it a disservice because they're not making it make sense. Like Divergent. Did you see that Divergent?
I refuse to watch.
Yeah, don't see it. Don't see it. It was awful. Her power is I have more than one trait, and I can now beat everybody up because magic.
That's it's a I don't know. It's a problem of
YA.
It's good. It's good to have strong young adult novels.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's good to have a strong female character. It's great to have it. Everyone should have a strong female character.
But do it right.
I say that strongly. But do it right. Don't make a James Bond out of a female James Bond.
Right.
Because James Bond can do everything.
Right.
He's a Gary Stu, as we like to call it.
Right. But I like Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm going to like Scarlet Witch. I hope.
I enjoyed her.
I want to see her in more we've seen Black Widow in a few movies at this point, so we know what to expect from her.
Yeah.
I hope Storm, the new one, is going to be the way she's in the comics, where she is like, I am a god and you are beneath me. I just want to see them do it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just put some effort into it. And it's okay for you to take time to set things up.
Mm-hmm.
Luke didn't become a Jedi Master overnight.
No, he barely used the Force at the end of the movie.
All right.
That's the last time, and he was saved at the end by Han.
All right, exactly. It was hard for him. I mean, how many years was it in their world time between A New Hope and The Return of the Jedi?
It hasn't been 10 years. It's been less than 10 years.
But it was years, though.
Yeah.
Right. So it wasn't just like, oh, the Force is real? Cool. I have all the abilities now.
Yeah. The First Order and the New Republic.
Right.
What's the deal with them? It doesn't make sense as to why the New Republic would be funding a resistance to fight the First Order.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just say this is our military?
Yeah. It's obviously at each other's throats.
And who's giving the First Order money?
That's my question too. There's so much things left unsaid. I can understand J.J. Abrams not wanting to go the political route because we saw the problems in 1, 2, and 3. Politics makes movies boring.
Yeah.
But
we need
lay some groundwork.
Yeah.
And
see, I'm telling you, people were so blinded by the hype goggles.
Oh yeah, very much so.
And I think Disney knew this was going to happen. They're like, look, they're not going to care until after the tickets are already sold.
Yeah.
It'll be months before they start picking apart the flaws.
It's happening. Someone posted on Reddit and everywhere really. Fan reactions of episode 1.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, "Oh, it was great. I loved it. It was amazing. Oh, it was great. It was amazing. It was amazing." And then one dude at the end was like, thumbs down.
Yeah.
I feel like that one dude, and I don't want to be the guy that's kind of like, it's the worst movie ever. It's a good movie,
right.
but it's just not. It's not nothing new. It's safe. It's
right.
It's Disney's market. Like, that's the problem with Marvel movies. Is they play it safe. They just take continuity from old comics and then just plaster it onto the screen. Now, sure, we do want to see Civil War.
Yeah.
It was a cool storyline. It had its problems, but we'd like to see that on the big screen. But do something more about it.
When Avengers came out, it was a holy experience, and for the first 3 months after I saw it 4 times. If you had...
I saw it 10 times in theaters.
So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. If anyone had told me this movie has holes and it wasn't that great, I probably would have shanked them right in the face in front of their own mother, like, oh, you dare. But now looking back, and what opened my eyes for me on that was when I saw the honest trailers for Avengers, and they pointed out, some of the holes. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the thing
it was enjoyable though.
The thing is, for me, I loved Avengers.
Yeah.
And I know there's a ton of plot holes.
Right.
But sometimes you gotta, just the way they wrote the story is, it's a group of heroes coming together for the first time.
Right.
And there's gonna be conflict. Right. And that was great. And then finally they get together and fight. It's a perfect comic book movie. That's exactly the comic book tropes. And comic book movies always have plot holes.
Right.
I'm not gonna say this is Oscar not worthy,
It should have been the Hulk was in it.
Well, Avengers Age of Ultron 2 happened and it was still terrible.
Hold on though. Real quick, for Avengers 1, they were up that year for best CGI for the Hulk. And they lost to Life of Pi. That tiger thing on the boat.
Well, the whole thing was CGI.
You don't understand
the whole movie.
No, you don't understand the level of rage. A tiger and water exist. A Hulk is not a real thing, and they put it up there. That's another video.
It's okay.
I'm never gonna get over that. But anyways, though, but for Age of Ultron, did you like that?
No.
Okay, good. So we're on the same page on that too. That one, like for me, Avengers felt like A New Hope. Age of Ultron felt like Episode 7, where they were trying to recapture that same glory, and they kind of went safe.
And the same thing happened in Episode 7. What happened in Age of Ultron? Everyone was witty.
Yeah.
Everyone cracked jokes.
Right.
Finn, Rey, Han. Even, I think Ren did a couple. I know Poe did. I mean, but Poe's perfect.
Poe talking to Kylo Ren. So, do I talk now? Like,
that was great.
I was like, Poe, you're alright.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is what the type of character he is. But when everyone does it, it starts to be like, oh, it's no longer special in the character.
Right. Oh, I feel bad for Phasma.
Okay, Phasma.
Yeah.
Marketed as an amazing character. 3 appearances, never fired a shot.
I think what they're doing, and if they're doing this, it's pretty smart. They hyped her up. They sold all the toys. But now, next movie, she'll be Phasma with better gear and more ready to fight, and they can sell a whole other slew of toys.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're 100% correct. It's all toy marketing.
I did buy her pop figure.
I almost bought her SH figure art. because I love those things.
Right.
But I just didn't. I held off. I'm like,
You should
let
buy
me
it.
wait for the movie.
Yeah.
I watched the movie. Like, maybe I'm not gonna buy it.
She was wearing a red and black cape. How do you wear a red and black cape and not be super epic? I've never seen that before. I was so sad. I was hoping that she was gonna like break out or
No, like
do something.
I mean, she even was held at gunpoint by Finn.
Yeah.
And then he turns around to talk to Han.
Yeah. I saw.
That moment, I was like, okay, she's gonna kick his butt right there. They're gonna knock him out. She's gonna have
or
a big
they
fight.
turn around and she's gone or something.
Or something cool.
Yeah.
Nope.
And she got off panel. I mean, off screen. Sorry.
Yeah.
She got off screen.
She's still alive.
Yeah. I know she's still alive, but I'm like, there was a lot of hype for this character.
Yeah.
You know, I bought the pop figure. Man, it's still cool.
That's why you wait.
Yeah, I know. I should have waited.
Why you wait? Wait. Finn. Okay. I thought Finn was source sensitive. Remember,
So did
I
I.
have not watched any of the trailers.
Yeah.
The only thing I probably saw was the poster, and maybe that lightsaber picture
With him like this.
skewed my view. And plus, I would love to see a person of color as the Jedi character and a main character.
After what happened to Mace.
Yes, that was
Oh no! I got my hand cut off. I'm now dead. Which is not realistic at all. But anyways, you were saying.
The scene when it was his first battle, but his friend put his hand over it, there's the blood mark, and then all of a sudden you see the screen kind of shiver. That was like, it felt like, okay, his indoctrination was broken, and they're indoctrinated. Okay, that's interesting.
Right.
But what broke his indoctrination? Something
The Force
that
makes
simple
sense. Yeah.
could, like, someone's death cannot break your indoctrination. I mean, okay, maybe it was his first battle, sure, but still, why didn't it break anybody else's for their first battle?
And I think his motivation to go and save Rey was realistic because, as he said, he wasn't trying to be romantic when he said this. He said, "You are the first person to ever look at me like this," and what he meant was, "You are literally the first person in my entire life who done this."
Yep.
Because he's only ever seen people like Phasma.
Yeah.
So
or Ren or Hux. Loved Hux.
for his whole life. And I thought, I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. If you've only ever had one person for 5 minutes and you lost it, you're going to do something to get it back because you don't know if that's ever going to happen again.
Yeah. Hold up. I forgot to mention this part about Kylo Ren. When he kneels down in front of Darth Vader's helmet, does the whole talk about, I want to be like you, I want to be dark, I want to be evil. Did everyone forget that Darth Vader was redeemed in Return of the Jedi?
Thank you. That didn't make sense. Now, Walter brought a point and said that maybe he just didn't believe when he was told that.
Okay, if that's the case, Anakin's a ghost.
See, I brought that up too. I was like, hey, your grandfather's a Force ghost. That would have been a great time for him to be like, hold on, son.
Yeah.
I'm not evil now.
I literally was thinking, and I'm pretty sure how it should have ended.
Yeah,
to do this. Right there, Red's kneeling at the helmet, and Anakin's was like, whoa, I'm good now, dude.
Right.
Come on, chill out.
And the cow would be like, oh, okay, end the movie. But I was like, this would be a great time for Mr. Immortal Force Ghost to come show up. Because, what else are you doing with your life? You're dead. Walter said that, maybe because he was in the dark side, because dark side people, I guess, don't see Force Ghosts, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. But the light was still there. He should have at least been able to hear a voice saying, you're stupid. Stop it. And then, of course, Han's dead, so that was traumatizing. That was...
I saw it coming.
Yeah, I knew he asked for it to happen. I was just not... Yeah, he's been asking to have his character killed off for a while. But I wasn't prepared for the moment and how final it was. I'm like, oh, it's right in the middle. You can't even say it missed anything. And Chewie was like, no.
Yeah, I did feel that drop in my heart. Right? I was like, oh no, that's the childhood hero.
That's
dead.
the end of it. He's done. He's not even coming as a Force ghost. So sad.
But like I said, I saw it coming because it was. At first I was lying to myself throughout the beginning of the movie. Okay, this is starting to look like A New Hope. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah. But then when they got to the Starkiller base, there's an exhaust port, and then Han showed up and went with them. Like, oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna be the Ben Kenobi of this movie.
All right.
I don't know. It's just I'm sad that they played it safe.
Yeah.
JJ, why'd you play it safe?
Because I think he was afraid of the backlash. And let's be honest, if we were in his spot, we'd be really afraid too.
I wouldn't. Think about it. It's Star Wars. You're gonna make your money anyways.
Right, but I think because JJ, a lot of his career power is because the fans love him, and if the fans turn on you, we saw how quickly Lucas fell from grace.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
But Lucas had the problem of not having people say no.
right.
Which was the problem with the prequels. That's why the Star Wars movies were good.
Right.
He had people tell him no.
Right.
JJ doesn't have Lucas's problem of weird ideas that doesn't make sense. JJ has a problem of just, I don't know. I don't want to say he's uncreative because I feel like he is. He's just scared of reaching that potential. And I don't want to say maybe it wasn't JJ's fault. Maybe it was Disney going, no, that's too risky. No, that's too, don't do that. No.
Yeah, I mean, we would all be fooling ourselves if we didn't acknowledge the fact that Disney probably was, had the sort of Damocles over his head the entire time saying, we made you, but we will destroy you if you go against us.
Exactly.
I mean, we know that's how Disney operates.
Yes.
We know that, yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what's going on in Marvel now, too. I'm pretty sure, because as everyone heard, the Marvel editors are no longer heading the movie stuff. It's moved over to Disney.
No.
Because Joe Quesada, Michael Bendis, or something happened with that group having a fight with Joss Whedon that Disney didn't.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Have about it.
Oh my god.
So
so Disney's in charge?
Pretty much Disney not executives, but like some members of Disney are.
Oh my god, no.
But yeah, like Disney. I don't know. Just they said they're going to release a Star Wars movie every year.
Yeah.
And that's going to kill the magic of Star Wars. I mean, I'm not excited for, I think it's either 8 or 9 that's been announced.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Trevorrow, the director of Jurassic World, is going to be the director of Star Wars.
I did not like Jurassic World.
Jurassic World was the worst movie I've seen.
Oh my god, thank you, yes!
But that's for another time.
Yeah. Are you excited for Rogue One?
Again, I didn't see any trailers,
Mm-hmm.
but I might watch a trailer because now I'm just kind of over Star Wars, the Disney Star Wars.
Yeah.
I will say I love Rebels. Star Wars Rebels is really good.
Yeah.
Okay, an example. There are Dark Jedi. They're in the Inquisitors.
Mm-hmm.
They are dark. They are menacing. They are powerful in the Force. Kylo Ren is stronger than they are, but he lost.
Yeah.
That's...
And you know what, honestly, in the final fight, what would have made more sense is if he was toying with Finn, with the Force power, and then maybe Rey like wakes up or whatever, and then has an emotion outburst which pushes Kylo Ren really far away.
Yeah.
And then she drags Finn to safety. That would have been more believable than, I'm gonna have this fight with you, injure you, and then win.
Yeah.
And I hope when the goggles come off, people are gonna realize it didn't make sense.
Yeah, there's gonna be. We're gonna have to give it a month or two, maybe 3 months. People will start to see
what it is. Yeah.
There are still gonna be the ones that grab hold that this is a great Star Wars movie, and again, it's a good Star Wars movie.
It's better than 1 through 3.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, and there's one thing I forgot to mention. I actually like 3 more only because the music was just so much more powerful. No, other than that. That's one problem I had with 7, is the music was lackluster compared to every single movie.
Was it the same music from the original?
There was some original music, but there's some from the originals, but there were original music too. Mm-hmm. But it just wasn't powerful enough. Like, I can remember the music of the Death Star run. There's the fight on Hoth.
Yeah.
The lightsaber duel, and this is in the prequels. The lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and
the Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates is the
episode 1 with Darth Maul, right?
Yeah. Then there's the Mustafar battle, which was I forgot the name of it, but the Mustafar battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin. That was powerful.
You were
music.
supposed to be that. Oh, that
exactly.
One. I'm like, oh, we're good.
The music was powerful in all those movies, but this movie lost that music. I guess
it was pop culture.
I guess the problem again was the pacing of the movie. Is it lost that muster of the music?
Yeah.
There's plenty of problems with it. Good movie, just not like amazing.
Yeah.
It's not New Hope. It's New Hope 2.
Right. Yeah, I mean, thankfully the aerial battles are great, but the lightsaber fights, y'all gotta, the force battles, you have to get on that, because it wasn't, within the Star Wars terms, it was not realistic. So
yeah, there'd be more limbs in that fight.
Right, like it would have been better if like Finn lost like a limb or something. That would have been more. I mean, that'd been more realistic.
I don't know. I think they're trying to make it. They're trying to ground it even more into reality instead of the Star Wars reality by having those glancing blows.
Right, a reality where we can stop light and make make a lightsaber out of it, right?
And then to top it off, they also probably wanted to make it look like Kylo wasn't really good at lightsaber fights. You know, because technically, from what we've seen,
there's
that's
no
the
one
first one he's had.
Right.
Really. So I mean, that's the
But
other thing. Was
powers,
just like,
though, you know,
yes, the force powers. I don't understand why.
If you're injured like this, then just hold your side and use your hand to use the force. Don't go into a physical battle. That just, you know. Now, before we head out, what possible explanation would make you accept Rey's super duper quick powers?
There's no real explanation I can, unless she was the Force incarnate. I don't think I can accept someone having those skills. Like even if someone says it's Luke and some other Force user had Rey, she would still need to learn how to fly. She'll still need to learn how to use the Force. Anakin Anakin knew how to drive a pod racer before. He's established. I've raced before. It didn't work out, but I've raced. And
Luke had the
speeder that he used to drive around, and he said in the briefing room, "Oh yeah, I used to bullseye womp rats that size."
Right.
We have explanation. Boom, setting the groundwork for it. But when you don't have any of that, and you just have someone being good at it, then you have to have a huge suspension of disbelief to be able to accept it.
Right. And so Luke had better been autopiloting her, or maybe implanting some of his skills in her or something for making it realistic. By the way, at the end when she met Luke, did Luke look happy or look scared?
Luke looked like, oh damn it.
Yeah, because he's like, you know, the older you are when you start, the worse it is.
Yeah.
Let's do this again. Let's do it. Let's make another Vader. All right.
I heard there was a line at the end. He said something to her.
I didn't. He was like looking like this. He was like holding the lightsaber out. I'm like, why are you afraid now?
Yeah.
You just want a Sith Lord or a Sith Lord light wannabe.
Sort of
like
Sith
why?
Lord light.
Like why didn't you? He's like, oh. I'm like, okay, this is weird, but
yeah, I again, because my wife was with me there too. She said it would have been perfect if it had ended with Rey and the Millennium Falcon light speeding away, and that's it.
Yeah, it kind of went on past its end.
Yeah, it went on. Like, we had a definitive end with her flying away and everyone cheering. You know, her light speeding away. That was a good end.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, by the way. And then we had her land, her walk, her get there.
It would have made a good end of credit sequence, though. Like, at the end of the credit, but they didn't. There was none, by the way. There was no end of credit sequence.
Well, he did say there was none.
Yeah, I know, which sucked, though.
Everyone
stayed. Everyone stayed.
I was fine with it. I did not want to say after credits.
I wanted to see Nick Fury show up and be like, I'm going to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative.
Oh, my God.
Which, by the way, another side question, something me and Agent Ashton have been arguing about for the last couple months. I think, because they're not owned by the same person, not the Jedi or the Sith, but if someone on Earth became Force sensitive. Because it would spice up the saying, oh, you're either a mutant or an accident happened to you, or you have tech or magic. I'd like there to be something different.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's possible because I think the Force is confined in that galaxy. There might be something in that galaxy that makes the Force exist. And that's why our galaxy doesn't have it. It's a good explanation for it.
Okay.
Or we're just the type of humans that aren't connected to the Force.
Alright.
I mean, Marvel's already killing off mutants, so you can kind of cancel out mutants. Again, another time for that. Right. The comics, they're just kind of just screwing over the mutants. But,
Fox.
it's... I don't know. I'm sure they'll probably pick up things. I'm hoping they just don't redo Empire Strikes Back in episode 8.
Maybe they probably will.
I want to believe that they won't. And they at least try something new.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought the movie was going to be, Luke's gone, okay, so Finn and Rey go off on this adventure. I was hoping Poe would be along with it. Oh my gosh, imagine how more amazing the movie would have been.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been flying around different planets with the First Order on their, like, tail.
Right.
And then finally get help from the Resistance, fight their way through, and then finally reach Luke at the end. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of just not have a huge Star Killer base. Just
rehashing a bigger Death Star.
A bigger Death Star that shoots 5 lasers.
It was the Death Star fused in with Hoth.
Yeah,
That's what it was. They were like,
was.
what are the two things that everyone loves? The Battle of Hoth and the Death Star. Fuse.
They literally took every trope of Star Wars. They had Desert Planet, they had Forest Planet, and then they had Ice Planet.
And she even looked like she was wearing like typical Jedi clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, all right
Yeah,
then.
it was very...
Yeah.
very
But, guys, get it together. Get it together. There's so much that you could have done there.
if we continue doing this kind of movies where it's just playing it safe, copying over, transplanting things, then we're just going to get the same type of movies over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just going to get boring. It's going to get mediocre. We need movies like Fury Road or American Ultra, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Mm-hmm.
New ideas. Though Man from U.N.C.L.E. was a remake, it still was something fresh. It was a fun idea, a fun take on something. Just do original stuff, guys.
Yeah. I think the hard part for Disney was that they just spent so much money on Star Wars. They really need something that was going to for sure make the money back. And I think someone way up above was like, no, we're playing it safe, get the money back. Which I understand. I understand the business reasoning, but
yeah, very possible. But then, remember, New Hope, when that came out in theaters, that was the first foray into something like this. This was something fresh, new. Whoa, what the hell is this? It reinvigorated the sci-fi genre.
Right.
It's really sad to see something like that turn into, this is just sci-fi. This is part of the sci-fi genre. It's just like every other sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
This is the one that started it all.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, Star Wars even influenced the greatest series of all time, Gundam. The greatest series of all time.
Well, I don't know.
The greatest of all time.
There's a few problems with that one.
Name one problem, except for the one you're thinking of.
Everything after the original. Done.
I don't prescribe that theory of thought. That's a different video. But let us know what you think about our review down in the comments. Please subscribe if you like it. If you like Hewitt, let us know. If you hate Hewitt, let us know. We'll let him know. We'll send him a big bag of hate and be like, hey.
And then I'll show up even more often.
Right, exactly. Are you excited for Batman vs Superman?
No.
I can see that. Because we've seen the whole movie already, basically?
Basically. Again, another video. If you guys are interested in seeing more of my opinions,
yeah,
mention it in the comments.
And then we'll drag them over here. Because the next big movie review thing we're doing with Star Wars is going to be Batman vs Superman. So, and you already know how we feel about that.
Yeah. I might not watch it. But if I have to do it, I will.
Ooh, okay. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, we've been your host, Kirby Kid.
And Hewitt Dixon.
Some guy. See you later, guys.